Hey, welcome to another episode of GeekOutdoors.com. So, I was at Best Buy recently and I was looking over at some laptops and something really bothered me. Something I didn't really pay attention to before. And it's something that I think that most people who remember when laptops first came out to now, they'll know that there has been, I would say, a change for the worse, in my opinion. Okay, especially being a geek. So this is pretty much a rant. Okay, and the rant that I'm talking about here is that you're getting less for your money. Okay, and this is what I mean. And the example I'm going to use is an HP laptop. Okay, so we have here a pretty much a base model is at $369. Okay. And I'm also going to compare it against one of HP's more expensive ultra thin laptops, which is $1,049. Okay, so the specs, of course, you're going to get better specs out of this, but it's really not this that I really am bothered by. What I am bothered by is the fact that they've removed things which I feel are pretty much should be included, okay? Especially one in particular, and I did not expect this to be removed even at an ultra thin laptop, okay? So, all your technical features, they should be better. Of course, you get more hard drive space here. However, you do have an SSD here. So, in my opinion, I really wish they would put a higher SSD hard drive at this price point. That's my opinion, okay? Because 256 gigs is not that much. 500 gigs, that's good, okay? I would prefer a terabyte, but that's a lot of space. Isn't that much whenever you are downloading games and you have movies and videos and so forth. So that's one. But what I really want to get into is two things. First is this: the DVD CD burner. Now I know what is that? Who even uses that anymore? Everybody downloads everything. Well, okay, maybe if you are the person who's not old enough to remember the disc media, then you're right, okay? But people are still buying Blu-ray discs, okay? They're still buying DVDs, and some people are still buying CDs. And if they're not, they might have a whole collection of older DVDs and CDs, okay? And I want that built into the laptop, okay? And I understand these are ultra thin, but I don't think it would have been a big problem for them to just put that drive in there, instead of having to get an external drive, okay? And that's one. And now this one is not as big as the next one I want to talk about. And it's really only two things that bother me, okay? All the other stuff, I get it. But the one that really, really bothers me is the fact that when you get to these thinner laptops, which a lot of laptops above $400 or $500, they automatically have some of these thin laptop traits. And the one that I'm talking about is the lack of an Ethernet port. That is just something that really, really got me. This has no Ethernet port. It only has a wireless networking. That's all you have. Here you still have it. You still have an Ethernet port. Thank goodness. Okay? But this is becoming a rarity for you to find laptops that have an Ethernet port, even the ones that aren't ultra thin. So this in itself is just that really bothers me. So whenever you're buying these laptops, especially these ultra thin ones, okay, you are going to have to sacrifice things. First is the optical drive. The optical drive, for most people in the modern days, it's not going to bother them. But not having an Ethernet port built in, that is just really wrong to me. And I don't think an Ethernet port is going to take up a lot of space, especially when you already have HDMI and USB ports in there as well. And so, wow, that I really am hesitant now to buy a laptop. If I do buy a laptop, it would definitely be one that has a minimum of an Ethernet port. I'll probably just buy a low-end one just because it has an optical drive and the ever important Ethernet port. I mean, say what you will about wireless internet, but if I want the fastest, most reliable speed, I want to at least have the option of an Ethernet port. Something that should be basic. And so that is my rant today. I just really feel like nowadays, especially in the laptop space, you're starting to get less and less for your money, and they're removing features, and you're gonna have to buy more adapters. Not everybody wants to do what Apple is doing, but it seems like everybody's heading that way, unfortunately. It's just yeah, it just really bothers him. I was thinking about upgrading my laptop that I have, which is an older laptop. It's just it's hard for me to use it to do the work that I want mobile wise. My desktop's definitely powerful enough, but now with this stuff, my options, if I want power, I'm gonna have to give up some things, and that really, really sucks. So that's my thoughts on the new modern laptops. I don't like the fact that they're, number one, they're not including optical drives, and then number two, more importantly, they don't even have an Ethernet port. Okay, so if you had any thoughts on this, leave it in the comments area below. And if you did enjoy these videos, you got value out of them, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. And if you wanted to support my channel further, you could do that at patreon.com/Geek Outdoors. All this information will be in the description area below as well. Thanks for watching. See you in another episode. Thanks for checking out this episode. And as always, if you like these videos, be sure to click on the subscribe button. And for full written content, audio content, and additional geek stuff, head over to geekoutdoors.com. And I'll see you outdoors on the very next episode.